Hi Russell, great to do some work on your short game yesterday. Wedge play improved dramatically. I think you like the concept of the 3 or 4 wedges with 3 or 4 different yardages, 1 yardage with each wedge, and then that gives you a benchmark to work from and apply a little feel depending on the conditions or the lie. Looking at your putting, one of the things we talked about was there's too much manipulation of the club face. We run your putter through here now on the far left. Going back's not too bad. Remember here we're hitting about a 30-40 foot putt, so it's quite a long backstroke, that's fine, not a lot of face rotation, but watch the manipulation here on the way through. Catch it a little bit out the toe, club comes in, then it goes away from you, and then there's a little bit of a loop, and then it starts to come back down. So there's a little bit too much manipulation by you in the through stroke, and as a result, if we're going to be a good long putter, we need to make sure that we're going to make centered contact, so that it's a little bit like with your long game. If you're not finding the middle of the club face, you're not going to hit the ball the correct distance time and time again. And you can see there that you're favouring the toe on the way through. You could also favour the heel on one, or you could strike the middle of the club face on one, so you're never going to get the same reaction time and time again. Now the reason we get that is when we view your swing from face on here on the main screen again, we see that on the way through the putter head is thrown at the ball too much, and you can see there the ball's literally in the air, way in the air. It's above the height of your putter there for the first couple of feet of the swing. So too much throwing the putter head at the golf ball, a little bit like you used to get with your long game, where the club head was leading everything. And when you do that, you're adding loft, you run the risk of hitting the top of the ball with the bottom of the putter, and there's going to be a lot of face rotation. We can see there that that face is pointing way over to the left hand side. So what we suggested was a few different drills, but ultimately, Russ, it's all about keeping the handle of the club moving better through the hitting area. On the way back, fine. As we come through now, ball's rolling much quicker. We can see there that there's much less breakdown of the wrists coming through the hitting area. There is going to be some face rotation when you're hitting a long putt. There has to be, because the longer the stroke, the more of an arc both back and through you'll get, but there's been much less of an attempt to throw the putter head at the ball in the downswing. So a little bit like with your long game, as I suggested, you've got to learn to lead with a handle more. The drills with the T-peg is superb for that. Set yourself up 6 feet from the hole, T-peg either side of the ball, hit some putts as normal, don't try and manipulate anything, just let the putter hit the tees. As the putter head hits the tees, the grip will go forward, and you've got a nice feeling for the type of impact position or type of feeling through impact that you should be developing long term. Good luck with it, and I'll speak to you again in a few weeks' time. Well done.